Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling.
What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. This is 0 to 60. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. Got a lot to talk about here today, so let's pay some bills and get started.
Let's pay some bills. We got a great show planned for you on this fine Monday. This show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here and we roll. Matt, how you feeling this fine Monday? We're in the building. Lots to talk about. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I mean, I still don't have a voice very much, but, it is what it is. So, let's dive into this shit and get it over with.
Well, let's dive into it. Matt, we got a lot to talk about here. Obviously, let's start with the thumbnail title. Travis Hunter is a generational talent. No shit. But let's really dive into it and break it down. Matt, I got to ask you, with this top six order, you got the Titans, the Browns, the Giants, the Patriots, and if God forbid, if Travis Hunter falls below 4, I think the NFL is a serious evaluation problem. But, Matt, if you had to pick out of those top 4 teams, who's the best fit for Travis Hunter and why?
I would say New England. Put him on the other side of Christian Gonzalez, and you got 2 Buffalo corners. You're playing for a stable franchise and a stable coach in Vrabel. He's not going to get ran out after a year. Vrabel played both ways for a long time, so that he's open-minded to it and will craft ways to get Travis the ball. And that's McDaniel's job also. So I'd like to see him in New England at 4. I can't imagine he passes 4.
Yeah, he should have passed 3. He gets a 4.
Yeah, you get the best defensive player and a really good receiver. So, I would take him at 4 for sure. I don't think he's going to go 1, 2, or 3.
You don't think he's going to go through 1, 2, or 3? How do you see it playing out?
Cam, Carter, Shedeur, Hunter.
Ooh, wow. So you think no quarterbacks are drafted in the top 2? That would be a huge development. Titans what do you think? You think they get Cam Ward?
Shedeur, Sanders, Travis Hunter.
Damn.
Top 4.
It's interesting. And we'll discuss. There's been some trade developments with that number 1 pick with Tennessee. So we'll see if they end up sticking on and holding and drafting more here. Cleveland, Abdul Carter makes the most sense. It's the Myles Garrett. They'll probably move on from him if they could figure out a cap situation. They'll probably end up trading him after the draft later on. But, man, and then Shedeur to New York and Travis to New England. I like that. I think New England's a great fit. I think Vrabel is the one coach out of the top 4 teams that would let him play both ways. I think that's a big factor that
you won't have a choice. Everyone will do it. Even if they say they won't, they're going to do it.
You really believe that?
Going to draft him and then be like, no, we're not going to play you. That's fucking stupid. It's the fastest way to get fired.
You don't see if they let's say Tennessee drafts them, they elect to want just because they have Calvin Ridley and the Okonkwo, the tight end, they say, hey, your job is to replace Caleb Farley, be that one on defense. No, you don't see it.
No.
You think eventually
they'll play both ways.
Man. Well, I think in terms of top 4, I think New England's probably the best fit. Tennessee followed at a close 2. But yeah, just interesting. We'll just discuss this more. There's a lot of free agency development that I think we need to discuss. And see how that plays out, and obviously that'll have an effect on this. But let's move forward here, Matt, and get into it. So Let's start with this. So Shedeur Sanders, obviously NFL Combine is this week. Kind of interviews and stuff start today, tomorrow, going on this week. But Shedeur Sanders is not throwing at the Combine. He will throw with all Colorado receivers, LeJounte, Jimmy Horn, and others at Colorado's Pro Day. This has caused quite the stir on social media. People are calling Shedeur a diva, among other things, about him not throwing at the Combine. Now, Matt, break down the truth of this. What are your thoughts on Shedeur not throwing at the Combine, the Underwear Olympics, as some call it? Go ahead.
Ashton Gentry's not working out either. You know that, right?
Yes, and yeah.
Is he a diva too? Is he a diva too? He doesn't. I don't see anybody calling him a diva. Look, man, you have to understand something. I've been thinking about this all morning because I don't understand JB's thought process on quarterback. If he is a quarterback, hates his own kind, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's so much jealousy that comes along with Shedeur at Prime. It's not just about football. The ability to do more with your life rather than just throw the ball. You know, it's like when you get on Twitter and you say something that's not football related, if you're a football player and people are like, why don't you just stick to football? It's like, how about I ricochet your fucking head off the ground real quick? Because I can do more than one thing. So that's kind of my point. It's like Shedeur can do way more than one thing. He's got other aspirations, which I don't think is a bad thing, as long as the first thing is quarterback, which I don't know how you can watch him and think that it's not.
Right.
People that criticize him either don't like the Sanders and don't like the way that they present themselves and handle themselves. And that is the number one form. That is pure jealousy. And bro, all the men out there, that's a fucking female trait. So just be real. Okay? The fucking men and jealousy, that is emotions that are not supposed to get close to each other. Go fucking build yourself, homie. Stop being jealous of the other dude and what he's got. Okay? I think there's a ton of that shit. I think Cam Ward, you can tell Cam Ward is intimidated by Shedeur. When the way they work out, all he does is josh him. All he does is fuck with him. Everything Shedeur says, he's got something to say back. And yeah, Shedeur does it to him too, but it seems like Cam is the real instigator. He was the instigator.
You think he does that because he's scared of him?
I think he's fucking jealous. I think Cam thinks he's a better player, and Shedeur gets more shine because his last name is Sanders, regardless of how friendly they are.
Right.
I think there's a huge contingent of fucking idiots out here that have convinced themselves that he's only good, Shedeur, because his last name is Sanders. And that is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, I agree.
So you got Steve G saying here I should get checked for CTE. That's fitting that he would go right there. You do understand that there's this thing called the rookie wage scale, right? You fucking idiot. So we can fuck up. You can take a quarterback in the first round like the Cardinals did and Josh Rosen and then ship his ass next year and take Kyler number 1. So there's no more risk in drafting rookies anymore. You can just draft them, and if they fuck up, they fuck up. They're not going to hurt your cap. What hurts your cap is signing Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and all these veteran stars, all these safe bets, all the guys that fuck your cap up. So get your shit together, homie. I'm saying that Shedeur, he even invokes it out of the chat. When I start talking positively about him, people attack me. It's the number one form of jealousy, homie. Everyone's so jealous of this family. And you hate him because you hate him, period. You're not Prime. You're not Shedeur. You're not Shiloh. You're not the family. You're just not. And you're not close to him either. And that pisses everybody off. And it's like, oh, he's a diva and he's got more important things on deck than football. I don't see anything more important than football. I see other things, but I don't see anything more important. So I think he's got a really good head on his shoulders, and I think he's going to be a hell of a pro. I hope that he goes somewhere that actually can have a solid head coach and develop him and develop around him and shit. I love the Raiders because of Brock Bowers and Pete Carroll's run first. If the Raiders are going to move up, I don't know who they're going to take, but I don't know if they need to. If Stafford gets traded to the Giants, I don't know. If Stafford gets traded to the Giants, the Raiders might just have to fit it fixed, and Shador might fall to him.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. Whether the Giants.
Will you get Steve the fuck out of this? I don't want him involved with this show anymore. Thanks.
Done. But we'll discuss whether the Raiders will trade up for Shador. I just think that Shador. I mean, obviously we've discussed this the last 6 months of being on the show. Obviously, Shador and Prime have a target. I think everyone wants. It's easy for the haters to want him to lose. That's what I think is the biggest thing. And so this news is just freaking ammunition.
It's always lost projection. There's never any positive projection out of anybody.
That's true.
It's always he's going to suck. Oh, he succeeded. His team sucked. Oh, he's going to suck next year. Oh, he succeeded and his team's good, but he lost to the good teams he played against. Oh, he succeeded and got invited to the combine. Yeah, but he doesn't want to work out. He's a bum. Gentry doesn't want to work out. It's okay. He's a running back. He had a lot of carries on his body. Oh, okay. So, cool. So, when he goes to the NFL, now, regardless of where he goes, they're not going to be any good. He's not a real leader. He raps. Therefore, he can't be a leader because he's a rapper too. So, he can't be a leader and a rapper. I mean, I know this sounds fucking ridiculous to everybody because it is. Like, when you start laying it out on the jealousy plane here with grown fucking men watching dudes run around in underwear and be like, cock looked really good in those pants. Like that's what they're doing. They're evaluating cock size at the fucking combine in Indy, and he doesn't want to take his pants off for the group. I respect that. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand all of you are fondling balls all weekend trying to evaluate all these players, and you're loving your job, but my nuts are not going to be in your hand because I've earned the right not to fucking throw at the combine. Gentry's earned the right not to run. Is he? Mm-hmm. Then I need the same motherfucking energy from JB and Schmitty and everybody else, maybe not Schmitty, about that than I do about Shador. The fucking heat I caught this morning about Shador not being a leader and blah, 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 blah. I bet you the excuse is, I don't need my running back to be a leader. I don't need to. Yeah. Why isn't he a diva then? I think everybody needs to realize that did Caleb Williams throw at the combine last year?
Don't believe so.
No, he fucking did it. You want to know why he did it? Because he earned the right not to do it. Because all of it's on tape. Now, I can't remember if Jaden Daniels did or not. I think he would have gone in the same spot he went.
And I don't think Cam Ward's going to throw. Like, I don't
exactly. Why would Cam Ward throw? He's not even playing, and he doesn't. Why would he? Don't do it. Abdul Carter, don't go run. Just get drafted. Like, I'm sorry, but if your agent's telling you to go out and do all the fucking drills and you're a top 5 pick, your agent's a fucking moron and you should fire him. What are we talking about right now? So don't you notice how, like, the narrative fits the argument with the person? If the person likes the player, they can come up with any fucking narrative they want to, like, shower everybody with, oh, it doesn't matter if he goes to the combine. He's a great guy. Fuck him. I don't like him. He should go to the combine and do everything because I don't like him. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I think it's easy bait, easy fish to grab. If you want to see Shador not go and be successful in the NFL, I think this is an easy bait for you to go and say, "Oh, he's a diva. He's a blah, blah, blah." But I think ultimately, this is like a minor story. I guess it's just again something we're discussing because everyone's calling Shador something because he's not throwing at the combine. And I get he's not a quarterback, but Ashton Genty's not participating. I don't believe Cam Ward is going to throw.
Have you ever seen anybody that everyone wants to fail more? It's why I want to go to the Raiders. It's why I want to go to the Raiders, turn around the Raiders and, like, make them relevant and good and fucking just go out and put a big middle finger up in everyone's face and be the perfect fucking quarterback for the Raiders. A fucking iced out grill, rapping fucking all-pro quarterback that just dice your motherfucking ass up. That would be awesome. I don't care about Bronco fans. They can suck a dick. That would be incredible to watch him play Bo Nix and Mahomes and fucking Herbert twice a year. And I've been beating the Raiders' door down forever, and everybody told me I was crazy. And what are the trade rumors now? The fucking Raiders are going to move up and draft a quarterback, right?
Yeah, and we're going to discuss that.
Draft Cam Ward. Don't fuck up and draft the guy that wants to be the other guy.
Well, Matt, let me ask you.
Draft the guy that's already dressed up like the superhero because he doesn't have to go put on a costume. Cam Ward has to dress up like Shedeur to get Shedeur. Shedeur just has to get out of bed.
Right. And that brings us to our next development, which the Raiders are believed to be one of the teams actively trying to trade up for Miami quarterback Cam Ward. And if they don't, there's some that believe Shedeur will fall to 6 to the Raiders.
What a shocker.
Now, Matt, before you answer, I got to ask you, your Jets have also been in contact with Titans to get the number 1 overall pick to get Cam Ward.
Good. Take him. Take him and fuck everything up with him and the franchise more. Just don't do it with Shedeur. I'm guarding Shedeur Prime. Do not go to the Jets. Don't do it. They're a fucking dumpster fire from hell. It is. I'm telling you, they may not make the playoffs for another 10 years. They're fucking terribly ran. Woody Johnson is the worst fucking owner in sports, hands down, the worst. He's got bread. That don't make you a good owner. The management is fucking terrible. They can't find a head coach. All their draft picks bust out. Sauce Gardner is holding his fucking dick right now and getting called for it. Everything in New York is bad. The uniforms are bad. The stadium is bad. The fan base is bad. The management is bad. The ownership is bad. The pick is bad. They were so shitty that they only got the 7th pick. That shouldn't have beat Jacksonville later in the season, huh? Dummies. Everything's bad in New York. Don't go there. But hey, if you want to take Cam Ward and fuck him up, I'm for that. Just don't do it to Shedeur, please. If Shedeur goes to the Jets, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Now, Matt, so we heard your take on the Jets. So do you think? So let me ask you before I move on to my next topic, which I know you're gonna love this.
So bad for my Jets, bro, but they are so terrible.
I know how you feel about your Jets. So if you had to take a guess right now, you think Cam Ward's getting picked over Shedeur first overall? You think that's the first quarterback?
I think there's brainwashed GMs and head coaches at the top of the draft that think Cam Ward's a better player than Shedeur. Yes.
Okay.
I think they're making a huge mistake. They just took Jaden Daniels behind Caleb Williams. Would that happen now? Would that happen this year?
Jaden Daniels the first pick. That's a redraft.
No way, dog. Jaden Daniels goes over Caleb Williams #1 if they redraft.
Yeah. I agree. That's what
so do it again. Take the other guy first, and the second quarterback off the board will be the best one. Yeah, and that might be Jackson Dart for all we know.
Fuck yeah, exactly. Who knows? Or Kyle McCord is another name.
A fucking player than Cam Ward too.
Yeah, we'll see. Kyle McCord, throw him. Will Howard. We don't know, man. It's someone. The Louisville quarterback.
Will Howard in there like fucking like JB is. They can go in the second.
Kyle McCord is going to surprise some people. I really believe in Kyle McCord. I've talked to Sean King, who's a quarterback whisperer. Matt. Come on now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, they can go in the second or third round. I'm not wasting
time. I don't think they'll be first round time. I'd be shocked. I don't think it's going to be
one of those motherfuckers is going to be selling insurance in 25 fucking minutes.
Right. Well, we'll see. Just wanted to discuss Shedeur not throwing at the combine. But, Matt, I got to ask you, this is another team that is in the market for a quarterback that we have discussed extensively on this show. Cowboys Vice President Stephen Jones says that I think one of our goals is to get a young quarterback in the draft. Now, Matt, we have discussed extensively on the show about the Cowboys potentially getting Shedeur as their quarterback and having Prime as their head coach. Now, let me ask you, the Cowboys hold the 12th overall pick in the NFL draft right now. And
this is not what he's doing. Good talk, though.
Do you think that the Cowboys can move up to draft Shedeur Sanders if they're in the market for a quarterback?
No.
No?
No.
Interesting. And why do you say
draft one in the third or fourth round that doesn't cost them anything, but they're not fucking drafting the quarterback in the first round, bro. They just signed Dak Prescott to a massive contract. He's got a new trade clause. He's not what?
You don't see
fucking way. No.
You don't see them drafting Shedeur sitting for a year? No?
Nope.
Damn. Well, I expected you to have a different sentiment towards that. I thought you would have been all over this.
They can't do it, bro.
I wouldn't say can't. I don't think it's like
Who's going to trade for Dak Prescott and give him that fucking crazy fucking contract?
Well,
who?
What about the Raiders?
What about the fucking? Why would you do that if you're any of these teams? Why? Why do I want?
Why would you trade the one pick? I mean, I don't think they should trade it at all. But why would you trade the one pick?
The disparity in the money alone just it totally cripples your salary cap. And the same problem they have in Dallas. They can't even pay Michael Parsons. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, Dak, if you want to win, stop fucking hoarding $60 million a year. It's like Matt Stafford saying he wants $50 million a year. Listen, you old motherfucker. You all got a ring. Your legacy is more important than the money. If you still don't have any money left from 17 years of first-round quarterback, number one overall quarterback money, you're a fucking moron.
If Tua can get paid that much, why wouldn't Stafford get paid that much? If Trevor Lawrence, that's my thing.
I'm not saying no one's listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying that once you won a Super Bowl and you're over the age of 33, 34, 35, it's legacy and fucking winning that's more important. $25 million a year, $30 million a year, and $50 million a year when you've been in the league for 15 fucking years and went number one overall. You shouldn't have money problems. It should be, I'll take less money to go play on a fucking contender with great players so they can use the money to supplement and boost the team. I'm not going to cripple the fucking the franchise by asking for too much. Because I want to win more Super Bowls, not I want to get paid $50 fucking million. Again, Tom Brady, bro. Peyton Manning, again, John Elway at the end of his career. Everybody takes less to play with more so they can fucking win. Stafford is more, now that he's got a ring, he only wants one because he's played in Detroit for so long that he's beat down mentally and he doesn't want to win anymore. So he'll go to New York and make $50 million for 3 years and suck and retire. It's a money grab, dog. Give me a
I don't think he's going anywhere, personally. No, I think the Rams keep him.
It would be dumb as fuck. He's making 25.
Are you crazy? In that division, man?
I don't understand about the NFL. When a guy's like, when Myles Garrett says, I just signed a new contract a year and a half ago, and it was a market-setting contract, and I knew that the Browns were the Browns when I signed it, but now I want out. My response to that is, fuck you, you play for the Browns. My response to Matthew Stafford is, fuck you, sit out. Sit out, we'll find you every fucking day. You don't want to play, fuck you. I don't care. I'm not trading anyone. You make $25 million a year. That is why our team that's why we're able to go out and sign people. And like our salary cap isn't a disaster. We're not giving you $50 million, you old son of a bitch. We'll ship you though. And they'll go sign Aaron Rodgers and win for a year or two, maybe. It doesn't matter to them. Sean McVay has just figured out how to make things work.
Oh, no, you would pick Aaron Rodgers over Stafford?
No. That's not what I fucking said either, idiot. That is not even close to what I fucking said.
Hold on, don't call me idiot. That's what you just said, Matt. That's what you just fucking said.
Listen, motherfucker. Fuck up. Matthew Stafford,
you just said
$25 million a year, okay? If he wants 50, that is going to increase everything across the board.
You're right.
If you want to ship him to New York and they want to pay him 50, they're not going to be able to surround him with all of the people that he needs to win like he can in LA. And he also doesn't have McVay. And if they don't do well, they're going to fire everybody. If they do that and there's only one quarterback on the fucking market left in June, I'd imagine they'll take him in LA to try and figure out how to fucking win for a year. I'm not saying it's going to work. To be completely honest with you, I don't give a fuck who goes anywhere. Like that's the thing is I personally don't give a Tiffany fuck who plays for who. I'm just going with what's happening in front of me and the questions being asked.
I hear you. Personally, I think this whole noise with Stafford, it's Rams allowing his agent to speak to other teams. The 4 teams reportedly interested in Stafford, which are the Giants, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Raiders, reportedly. And Stafford reportedly wanting $50 million a year. I think ultimately, if you look at that division, when it comes to San Fran, Seattle, who I'm not a big believer in Seattle's head coach, and I think that I'm a little alarmed if I were a Seahawks fan. And the Cardinals.
Everybody in the chat that's offended, that's for you too.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I think the Rams are way too close for them to move on from Stafford and rebuild. Because at that point,
what's saying, bro? Why would they do that?
Yeah, at that point, you just ask McVay, who's already. How many times have we heard Sean McVay potentially retiring in the offseason, going to TV or whatever? He's 37, 38. I know he's young, but there's been a lot of noise around that. I think that the Rams are way too close to. I mean, shit, they were one play away, 3rd and 1 with a rookie center on Jalen Carter. If that doesn't have
well, how much would you pay Stafford to keep him happy? You really think he needs $50 million?
I would definitely look at. I mean, is he not a top 3 quarterback at this point?
No one's saying he's not. Guy's a fucking great player. Mm-hmm. I would take him over Aaron Rodgers every day and twice on Sunday. I'm saying that if he says they just traded the fucking lot for him and won a Super Bowl,
right?
There's something else going on behind the scenes that we don't fucking know about, dude.
Yeah.
It can't just be play. They're a play away from the NFC title game this year. The year he was hurt, they sucked. But other than that, they've been really competitive with him. So what else is going on behind the scenes, bro?
Is it his wife and the podcast? Is it living in California? And
you really think that's the thing?
That's what they're saying on Twitter.
You really think McVay and Kroenke and all of them care what his wife thinks?
I think I don't know. I think it's all smoke. I don't know. I'm not buying it, but people are buying it and think he's gone. Why would he go to the Giants and go suck?
That's what I'm saying. Why the Giants? Okay, if you want to say he's going to go to New Orleans or Minnesota and play in the Dome again, maybe I can get with that. Maybe, but New Orleans cap is destroyed too. Sean Payton made sure of that. I mean, the Vikings. You think the Vikings stay with Sam?
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold stays. I think T. Higgins stays. And I think Stafford stays. Those are the 3 that I say would stay.
So then, why fold if you're the franchise?
Oh, I don't know. I think if you look at the 4 teams that are reportedly interested in Stafford, the Raiders are a rebuild. So why would you do that if you're Stafford and his age? Same with the Giants. That makes no sense. Yeah, exactly. But I'm optimistic with Pete Carroll. The Browns and the Steelers, way harder division to win it. Way harder. You got Burrow and Lamar, and you'd have to play against Cleveland or Pittsburgh. I don't get it. I think this is all smoke screen by those behind the scenes for Stafford. I think they'll ultimately come to a deal and he'll stay in LA. That is my thoughts on it.
I think they'd be pretty dumb to get rid of him and Kupp at the same time, don't you?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. I think
get rid of Kupp. If they want to move on from Kupp, cool. Nakua is obviously the number 1 there right now.
Yeah, they got a kid.
And Aaron Donald, that's losing a lot of leadership in a 2-year period.
Yeah, they brought in a couple pieces in the D-line verse. What's a couple of the Florida State D tackle as well. And they have the young receiver Whittington to go along with Nakua. I think personally they're going to go late rounds.
Bailey, I know you're a pretty tough kid, so you're not really offended by me raising my voice, but the fucking chat sure is.
Oh, chat's freaking out right now.
Fucking hold his balls, why don't you? He's fine.
Chat, relax. But I think the Rams will find Cooper Kupp's replacement late rounds from Cooper Kupp's alma mater. I'm going to keep beating that drum until it happens. He's a good buddy of mine. For coming out of Eastern Washington, shout out to Efton Chisholm. I'm telling you, that kid's
going?
Huh? I don't know where Cooper Kupp's going, but I have a feeling who they'll replace him with. That's what I think. I think it's the same people.
Who they replace him with?
I think there's a kid coming out of Eastern Washington where Kupp plays.
My bad. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, it's all good. There's a prototypical kid. His named Efton Chisholm, good friend of mine. I think they'll seriously go after him. Do your homework on him because he was a Walter Payton finalist coming out of FCS. But Matt, chat's going crazy. Let's pay some bills real quick. And when we come back, we got a lot to discuss. I want to break down Domata Pecco's impact on Warren Sapp and the Colorado defensive line. Break that down. Break down so much more. But Marshall, we'll be back in 2 minutes. If you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family. We appreciate you watching. See you in 2 minutes. Peace.
whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass pro and punch. I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy.
Matt, and we're back on this fine Monday. If you're watching 0 to 60, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and become a member of the Dungeon family. Matt, I got to show this before we can break down some more topics and get out of here. Colorado offensive lineman Cash Cleveland was at the Nuggets game and participated in a shooting contest, so to speak, or some sort of contest. I wanted to show it. Take a look.
Damn Cash.
So close. Thank you, Cash. I love it. Practice more shares and also be known.
Matt, Cash went to a Nuggets game. Juju Lewis was also seen at a Nuggets game, and Jordan Seaton, among others. Just wanted to show what.
I don't understand this generation's drip.
Oh yeah, definitely an interesting outfit by Cash.
Bro, and then we got Cash as a big guy. Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice, homie. You gotta get the fucking double or triple X long.
The longer one.
When we're going up to follow through, we can't have the fucking bacon falling out on national TV, homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Oh, the bacon.
Definitely. Probably.
The bacon can't be exposed. The bacon, the underbelly, as they call it, I call it the bacon. The bacon that's the tender part. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the tender parts on a big dude. So we got to make sure we got to get him a long T-shirt or something. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
What's with the matching top and bottom? I don't know if I like that.
The tracksuit, yeah, it looks like I don't know what kind of tracksuit that is.
I mean, obviously, Cash has got
probably pretty expensive,
but still, I mean,
that's the new drip, Matt.
He's shooting fucking free throws at Ball Arena. Is doing something right. Goddamn.
Yeah,
people love that even than they should. So I'm glad this kid's getting the love he's getting. But as an offensive lineman, we got to cover up that bacon, Cash. We got to do something about this, homie.
Absolutely. Shout out to Cash Cleveland and others visiting the Nuggets game. But Matt, let's get into the second half of the show here, break some news down. Obviously Colorado hired Domata Peko as their defensive line coach. He comes in a great Colorado coaching staff, kind of built up this offseason. But Matt, I wanted to ask you, what do you think Domata Peko's impact is going to be on the Colorado defense line and coaching with Warren Sapp? What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
I like it. I mean, I liked it last week. I like it again this week. I think that both guys bring, a different mindset. Obviously Warren Sapp's first ballot Hall of Famer. I think Domata is going to be able to really recruit, take people, bro. Like that's huge. So if we can dip our toe in that arena as well, fuck me. There's no telling how good this defensive line could be. So
absolutely.
Just saying, you go find a couple like Haloti Nadas or Vita Veys or
Big Ooses,
another Josh Tupou, or you go find a couple guys that there's a lot of vowels in the name, and they look like they're going to eat you. That's what I'm looking for. So
absolutely.
Maybe, and we'll win some games.
Absolutely, and he comes in. Along with bringing the Ooses, he comes into a defensive line room. You got a couple new guys. Fresno transfer, obviously Jaheim Otis coming from Alabama. I'm really excited personally to see how Coach Sapp and Coach Pecco develop this defensive line going into this season to face Georgia Tech in Week 1. But yeah, Pecco joins a loaded Colorado staff. Now multiple Hall of Famers, even more Hall of Famers they had last season, bringing in Marshall Faulk. I'm really excited. And, we'll discuss that more this offseason. But Pecco definitely has a lot to work with, and we'll bring in the Ooses this offseason. Matt, I got to ask you, so Carson Beck and Miami, let's talk a little Miami before we get out of here. How do you feel about Miami going to the ACC next year? Do you think Carson Beck can lead Miami to an ACC championship, or do you think that there's too much competition in that conference? Go ahead.
Do I think he's going to win the ACC? Nope.
No,
Timmy
Timmy.
can't start his own cars, homie, or his chicks. Nope. You can take whatever you want from him.
So Carson Beck and his girlfriend Hannah Cavender had three cars stolen from him. I think 2 Lambos and a Mercedes. I think they're all recovered to him now. But man, I just had to ask you. No, you're not a believer.
Carson Beck is like a reincarnation of Paxton Lynch.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, I think interesting comparison there, Matt.
That droopy-eyed son of a bitch, bro. Give me a break, dog. Come on. No, I don't think Timmy is going to elevate the Miami Hurricanes to the ACC title. They couldn't do it with Cam Ward. They're not going to be able to do it with fucking Timmy. No.
That was my point. They couldn't do it with Cam Ward and all the firepower they had this season. So now they bring in Carson Beck. Who knows what kind of Carson Beck they have? He's coming out of Tommy John surgery or some complicated surgery on the elbow.
He didn't go to Miami to play football. He went to Miami to – you know why he went to Miami.
The old girl. Yeah, we know. So
that's
that
cool.
so
that's cool, but what are we doing?
So if that's the case, if Miami they couldn't get it done with Cam Ward and they're not going to get it done with Carson Beck, what does that mean for Mario Cristobal? Is nothing?
They'll be fine. They'll still win like 10 or 11 games. They're going to be good, but they're not. When it comes down to winning time, they won't.
I see what you're saying. Timmy.
Let me ask you, Carson Beck won any national titles at Georgia?
Huh?
Did Carson Beck win any national titles at Georgia?
Did he win any national titles at Georgia? No, I don't believe so. No. It was all Stetson Bennett.
Thank you. And you would look at the two and say, I'll take Carson Beck over Stetson Bennett every day, but Stetson Bennett knows how to win, and Carson Beck just wishes that he could.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
So that's man. I know everybody's really mad at me because his girlfriend's like hot or something, but again, that's why he went to Miami. Bitching him. I don't give a fuck. I don't know this bitch or him. Timmy's got a hot girlfriend. Good for him. What the fuck?
Well, that brings us to our next topic, Matt. Going back to talking about Warren Sapp. So Warren Sapp was on a podcast with Uncle Luke. I don't know if you know Uncle Luke. He was on a podcast with him talking about why he didn't.
Uncle Luke, the rapper?
Luke Campbell or Luther Campbell. You get what I'm talking about. And he was talking. Yes, he was talking about why he didn't take the Miami job. He asked for the same job as he did at Colorado and Coach Prime, and he talked about why he didn't take it. I'm going to show this video and get your reaction, Matt.
They don't know the rules.
You just want to fish. Warren Sapp don't want to be man. I be waking up and dead. Yeah,
sleep when you dead. For all y'all Kane fans out there, I asked for the same job that Dion gave me, senior quality control analyst.
I asked for the same job at the University of Miami a little bit time before I went to Colorado. Right before Jason Taylor showed up and my Hall of Fame brother showed up. The first ballot Hall of Fame brother and number 99 in your program, number 2 in your heart. Don't do that. So a certain person told me he wanted his analyst to work 20 hours a day. So I needed sleep and at least a meal, you know.
Matt, I gotta get your take on that because we haven't really discussed that from a standpoint of Warren Sapp coming to Colorado. What are your thoughts on Warren Sapp, him talking about why he turned down Miami?
Miami's fucking dumb.
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know why people get hired one place and don't get hired another. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why they took Lewis over Sapp. Both of them are Miami first rounders. Like, can't go wrong with either of them. But I'd be taking Warren Sapp personally. I'm glad he didn't leave. I'm glad he's still our D-line coach. Fuck. So, look, man. Every coach has their way of doing things. Maybe Cristobal doesn't want Sapp in the room. I don't fucking know. Like it's I don't know. It's pretty weird that they wouldn't give him the job. And then this whole working for $20 hours a day thing. I don't really believe that happens anymore.
You don't believe so? You think it's?
I think the college job, especially with FaceTime and like the ability to do the majority of the recruiting work online, let's be real. I think then the NFL guys still sleep at the facility. I know they do. Sean Payton has his assistant sleeping on the facility down the fucking street. So I think that's real. But in college, I think guys go home pretty much every night and see their family and eat dinner and are family man and then go back to work in the morning at 5. So I don't know. If I was Warren Sapp, I wouldn't be doing 20-hour motherfucking days. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer, dog. Like, kick rocks. Yeah. I'm here to coach. Exactly. I'm not here to make copies.
Yeah, if you tune into Warren Sapp's social media, he does all kinds of different stuff. And, I think 20 hours, 21 hours, yeah, definitely. I don't know if that's like, the exact number a day, so to speak, but definitely doesn't have the freedom that he would have at Colorado. And so I think that's ultimately why he elected to go with Prime.
I'll tell you this. Luther Campbell needs championship rings. I hope he got one of the 5 at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
That man was NIL-ing Miami before NIL was a thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I think he's still coaching today. He's still coaching, I believe, right? High school
stuff and high school stuff, but I don't think he does anything. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the biggest donor because he definitely wants to win. So I mean, shit, he was great for college football.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to show that. I thought it was interesting, get a little insight and actually break down why Coach Sapp chose Prime in Colorado after Miami and kind of reaching out to them. Matt, I got to ask you a little free agency news before we get out of here. And we'll be back Wednesday to break down the Combine. Combine really starts getting ramped up on Wednesday, so we'll be back here to break that down in depth. What?
Combine.
We already know there could be all kinds of stories, and who knows what. Yeah, I know. I just know Twitter is gonna have a heyday with whatever Shedeur does, whatever Travis Hunter does, whatever anybody in Colorado does. So we're gonna be here Wednesday to break that down. But I gotta ask you, if you had to pick a landing spot for Aaron Rodgers right now, who is it and why? Go ahead. After what we've talked about today.
I hope he goes to Cleveland and they go 0-18.
Shit. Cleveland.
At this point, I hope Aaron Rodgers fucks up his legacy so bad that he can't get into the Hall of Fame.
Shit.
Pull a Russell Wilson. Now you're borderline. How's that sound?
Yeah, I don't know if Russell Wilson was a Hall of Famer even with all this Seattle shit, dude. I think it's if Eli Manning's struggling to get in, we're gonna put in Russell Wilson.
If he would have retired after Seattle, he probably would have been a Hall of Famer.
Do you put him above Eli Manning?
Had the Danger Witch and all this other stupid shit that he did, and now he's not. He's just not. Yeah, now he can watch until he's like 70.
Mr. Unlimited.
I hope we get in with the old guys.
Do you put Russell Wilson's career right now over Eli Manning's or not?
Fuck no, dude. Eli Manning beat
There's
Tom
no
Brady.
shot. Then there's no way Russell Wilson would have gotten even after.
Eli will get in, just not the first ballot.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he definitely had everybody on his side in Seattle, and then he went to Denver, and we know.
No MVPs, no Super Bowl MVPs. It's going to be hard for Russ to get into the Hall of Fame, bro.
I agree with you there, 100%. No, that is interesting. If I had to pick a landing spot right now for Aaron Rodgers, I told you Tennessee and Indianapolis. The more I think about it, I think the Raiders are a team to watch out for to bring in a quarterback. I don't think they're drafting four.
And the Raiders on the same team, fucking terrible.
I don't know. I think Pete Carroll can manage the personality. I think he's the one coach that can figure it out.
Who's going to throw the ball to? Just tight end all day?
Yeah, tight ends all day. Jacoby Myers. They'll bring in a Tyler Lockett or something.
Work release.
They'll bring in somebody for him. But if I had to pick or take a wild guess right now, it's Raiders or Colts. I think the Colts are going to do something. We have heard nothing about them from a quarterback. Sean thinks that they're going to start AR5 again. I think there's no way. Well, I know how you feel about Anthony Richardson.
I guess terrible.
Oh, this is an interesting development from Coach Stokes.
Hey, good job, Coach. You've gone over to the fucking good side. Congratulations.
Yeah, Coach Stokes is not reffing anymore. So, Matt, I think probably will be, you and Coach Stokes will be friends.
Now we can't be friends again. So see, Bailey, I yelled at Bailey, and now we're still friends. It's okay, everybody. You can take your own out of your own.
Chad just needs to relax because this is
fuck them. Let them get as riled up as they want. I don't give a shit. Who cares? I don't know any of these fucking people.
Exactly.
Other than Lamar and Stokes. And Stanley, where you been, Stanley? What the fuck?
Stanley Harris. Well, we hope to see Stanley Harris back from Wednesday. We break down the combine news or whatever. Matt, one more quarterback I got to ask you about, free agent quarterback. Sam Darnold. If you had to pick a team, do you think he stays or goes?
Well, if he leaves, I think Rodgers could end up in Minnesota. But why would you
shit.
Like just sign him a 1 or 2 year deal, pay him, and let him compete with McCarthy, and just start over McCarthy's fucking rookie year. That's it.
I think the Vikings keep him.
Yeah, so do I. Like just pay him for a year or two, and then let him compete with JJ.
I just 14 wins. I get he fucking had the ultimate collapse last 3 games, but fuck, 14 games in the NFL.
He wasn't the only one. The fucking defense was terrible. Jefferson couldn't get a ball thrown to him. They couldn't run the ball. The whole team collapsed, not just Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. But Matt, great show on this fine Monday. King David Cartel, this is bullshit. So quit bullshitting or go watch some other motherfucker. Come on, now. Yeah, that's not
okay. I did yell at you, and I apologize.
We good, Matt. Come on. But great show on this fine Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday to cover the combine in depth. I can only imagine what headline comes out next about Colorado and Shador and how everyone's going to call him a diva and whatever and all this shit. But we're going to cover the combine in depth. Obviously, you got LeJohntay Wester who's going to be there. Travis Hunter. I think he's working out still, Travis Hunter, on both sides of the ball as well. So that's definitely something to develop. And then Shador, we do an interview, so stay tuned for that. We'll break it down in depth Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here on this fine Monday?
Nope. Peace.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. See you. Peace.